All right, in this video, I have a pair of sneakers that I think a lot of people decided to pass on strictly because of the price point at launch. So they retail at $275, which is a lot of money. But I will tell you, it is a fan favorite for myself. It is the 991 V2 Salehe Bembury collaboration. You can tell from the box, it's pretty amazing. Colors Be the Palette is the name of it. It does say the name of the collaboration right here on the end. Again, it's nice to include stuff like that. Salehe Bembury X New Balance made in UK is what it says on the box. Purple and violet. And on the inside, it says authentically crafted in Flimby, UK for over 40 years. New Balance made in the UK is designed without compromise. This pair represents our unwavering commitment to those who walk their own path. So kind of cool that they have that on the inside. That's what they have on the Made in the UK boxes normally. And I like that you have the New Balance logo with the Salehe Bembury on the outside. Now, the shoes are where obviously we care about, and it does come with two sets of laces. So I did one of each. It has the cream colored lace and then also the purple colored laces. I saw Salehe Bembury actually wearing this pair when I went to ComplexCon. I met him, and shout out to Seth Fowler. I met him with Seth Fowler, and basically he was wearing this shoe right here, and I was like, dude, they look crazy. They look so fire. The colorway is great. But I feel like a lot of people will feel the same exact way, except for the price point being $275 is just too much for people to want to jump. Also, they didn't sell out on Salehe Bembury site, so I actually paid $275 plus $20 shipping or something like that, so it was almost about a $300 shoe. No sales tax in Oregon, but for those people that do have sales tax over $300 for this, I can understand why they didn't want to pull the trigger. But anybody open-minded enough to watch the video on these and have you listen to my take on them, kudos to you guys. So first of all, the 991 V2 is the made in the UK, latest and greatest model from 2023, like the end of 2023 they came out. And it's been my favorite 99X model that New Balance has created. So the Kith collaboration recently dropped. I have a review of this one that I'll be doing very soon, but this is the Kith 991 V2. But all in all, like, I look at this shoe and I understand why people didn't want to pay the $300 for it. But, you know, I will throw this out there as well. Like, it is a collaboration similar to this one, which is also, I think, $270 as well. So interesting that people are not willing to pay for this one, but for this one, it sold out immediately. And this Kith collab is like to celebrate the Osaka store launch. So maybe it was a fairly limited comparison. I'm just very amused why people are like, nah, nope, can't do it for this one. But then for this one, they're like, oh yeah, I definitely got to have it. It is what it is at the end of the day. I think it's kind of funny that the justifications are different depending on the shoe, but really people don't have any explaining to do to anybody. If you like the shoe, you like it. If it's out of your price range, it's out of your price range. If you're not comfortable paying the price for a pair of sneakers, you're not comfortable paying the price. There's nothing else to be said. For me, I definitely like this one. It was cool to see Salehe Bembury wearing his pair, and from the very first images to like the release, regardless of the sellout, this was a shoe that I was like, okay, I'm definitely on board with. I need to get them. It just so happened I got the Kith pair, you know, like within the same week. But anyway, back to the 991 V2. It is a newer model from 2023, but is it worth it? For me personally, yes. I paid for this. New Balance didn't sponsor it or anything like that. I saw them. I go, yep. Now they're available on New Balance's website, and I only saw a handful of colorways sell out as of right now. Link in the description if you guys are interested in purchasing them, and if you guys know the drill, if you guys use my links, I get a kickback, and it lets New Balance know that you guys support the channel. Greatly appreciate y'all when you do that. So it's really, really important that we make note that New Balance has a special place in the market because they're able to create new models but not release a new model every single year, which is, I think, is something that is important to distinguish. They have the ability to drop like the 990 V6 like 5 years ago and still make new colorways, like the baklava one that just released. Like, so I like that they're able to make new colorways of a model and have longevity with new models. But for people that are newer to New Balance sneakers, you're going to look at this model and go, it looks like another 990. It looks like very, very similar. It has a cut and sew upper, has absorb in the midsole and stuff like that. So it doesn't look too like different. But I think that that is the beauty of what they're doing, is that they don't have to come up with something brand new every single year. They can create something great and let it live for a little while. And then after a handful of years, they bring it back and then people like miss that one. Like one that I was looking through my collection and I was thinking about, I was like, the 990 V5, we haven't seen, I don't think, a retro of those yet. And I got those when they first came out. And so it would be kind of interesting to see when they're going to create a 990 V5 retro. The 990 V4, they do retros of those ones, so it'll be fun to see. Let's get into this shoe, though, itself. Now, there's a couple pros and cons, in my opinion, after purchasing these, and I'll go ahead and get into some of those now. So first pro, Salehe Bembury collaboration. I love his collaborations with New Balance. He has a very thoughtful approach to the way he selects, like, the color palettes and everything that goes on with the shoe. This violet purple color is crazy, and I love the green liner in it. You have a little bit of like a peach sort of color in the back heel tab, or orange. And then you have hits of blue as well. Also the blue and peach on the tongue logo as well. It says V2 down at the bottom. You have the gray like outlining the N, which gray is kind of like the staple for New Balance. And then you have gray along the back with the New Balance branding as well, where that little support collar is. You have that signature New Balance logo with the Salehe Bembury branding on the cork insole. Also, I like that he added some extra like details for the 3M material. So you do have reflective material on the sides right here. Normally it's just the middle little notch right here, but he added it in an underlay panel right here next to the mesh. And I believe the N is reflective also on the side. On the ABZORB SBS, like midsole, you could see you have little red hits here, kind of a translucent red for the midsole. And then you do have like a little orangish thumbprint on the back. So I mean, they definitely use a lot of fun colors for this, even that like kind of neon green for the outsole, and it comes up the front of the shoe a little bit. So very like Crayola like, very colorful and playful, and I really dig that. And I love the promo trailer. As another pro, I love the promo trailer that they had for these. If you didn't see it, the dude's skydiving and then he finds these on top of a mountain and smiles awkwardly and jumps off. It was pretty rad. So another pro in my opinion is the fact that they did use the 991 V2, something that is important to note because it is a impactful model, but it's also one that's very expensive, and we're seeing some of the fallout because of it. Now, it could be the state of the economy in general. Obviously, the economy has its ups and downs, and who knows, like maybe this one will cost $350 retail like in a month or so with all these tariffs and craziness going on, but especially when these are made in the UK. But I feel like this is definitely one of those shoes that is an expensive pair in its own right and a risky one for New Balance to just go, yeah, do a collab on our most expensive model. But I'm happy that they allowed it to happen. Now, as for the quality and craftsmanship, this is kind of a pro and con. Typically, I would say quality craftsmanship, A++, always, but in this case I will tell you it's okay. It's not as good, and I'm just trying to be honest with you guys. Like normally my 991 V2s I've been super happy with. I have 2 colorways in the 991 V1s, and then I have 3 colorways of the 991 V2s, and a 4th one if I can include my wife's pair. But comparison to the Kith one, like the build quality is different on this one, and I don't know if it was intentional or not, only because of the material used on the upper, where it is a little bit flimsy, and I don't know why. I mean, I look at it and I see bunching kind of underneath some of the overlays. So prime example is back on the heel right here. I see a little bit of a bulge where it merges together these 3 panels. There's a little bit of a bulge underneath this napped suede material, and I was like, yeah, that's crazy. Again, I feel like it's just the material being used for this, because I see a little bit of warpage down here as well. And then also the toe box. The shape of the overall toe box has a lot of warping on it also. If you guys cop these, did you guys have the same thoughts and opinions on them in hand, or is my pair special and just has a different like overall shape? Because you know, they cram them in these little itty bitty boxes. First of all, I mean, this box is teeny and the shoes are fairly big, so you really have to smash them down to get them in here, but that shouldn't be causing the warpage of this, especially when you have a shoe that's $275. That's like a pretty big price point for this to have this type of an issue, in my opinion. But again, I don't know. Maybe it's just because of this purple material. But to be really honest, like I actually don't mind the fact that it looks the way it does. It looks kind of a little bit weathered when I'm wearing them. And I kind of like that it has a broken in sort of effect because of that. Versus like another pair like the Kith one, or I have the gray one as well. It doesn't have as much of a broken in sort of look. It looks a little bit newer. If they're trying to go with more of a vintaged or worn in sort of look, I feel like they did a good job with it. I just don't know if that's the intent, but I did want to call it out for what it is. Also, the other thing that I really like is the mesh being used on here. Salehe's always done different meshes, like even on the 2002 Rs, the mesh is different than on a standard pair, which I really dig. And for this pair, you do have a different style of mesh as well. I like the, you know, the little diamond shape pattern on this one. So on the reverse side of the tongue, it does say made in England. On the box, it does say made in the UK. Wanted to point that out for you guys. I'm a huge fan of the 991 V2. I like it better than the 992s, and I'll get more into that in the Kith video. But for the 991 V2, again, the base price being $250, it is a steep pair. So if you don't want to get this one, they do have the gray one available in a full-size run over on New Balance's website. I did a review on that one as well. I really like that colorway. In my opinion, it's kind of the most standard. And if you just want something that's not going to stick out as crazy as Colors Be the Palette, the gray colorway is super clean. Also, they have a tan and black colorway coming. Maybe it will be released by time you see this video. Again, I'll link them in the description to the 991 V2s over to New Balance for those people that are interested. But Thank you guys for stopping in and watching. Leave a comment in the comment section. What do you guys think about the 991 V2s? Is it worth the price or not? Personally, I think it's worth it. Even though this one has a different like wear to it than some of the other 991 V2s. And I'm just saying that across the board. Like I'm looking at the build, the width of the heel is totally different on the Salehe Bembury pair. As for fit, I do wear true to size in 991 V2s. I would say that's accurate for this pair right here. I do like a little extra wiggle room in my toe box though, so some people might find it a little bit too big. I've seen some other reviews. I think Shango says that he goes down half a size in these. I go true to size in mine though, and I actually like the extra room for me personally, but we're sneakerheads. We wear size 8 to 12. Like that's what I always tell people. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Again, if you guys want to buy these or the other 991 V2s, link in the description, and hopefully we'll see you guys back on the channel for some more content. Subscribe and follow for more, and I will be doing a review of the kith joints very, very soon. All right, have a good one. Peace, guys.